really wish I was back in my forest. But no. Until things get resolved, I'm gonna be stuck in this dark, empty void!
I'm sorry!
Oh well. Might as well give myself something to do. Should I play Animal Crossing again, or should I go back to Warframe? What's this? Someone sent me a message with a video attached. Let's see what this... Wait. Shadow check?
One more time, rewind. I'll find another way back here. All these memories I reflect, I can see a better plan from here. One more time, rewind. I'll find another way back here.
So, way back in March 2011, I once did a commentary on an old friend of mine. Today is no different. But this time, she took on a new name, Melon Tart VA. On June of the year 2020, she, alongside another person, Sakia Amano, sorry if I pronounced it wrong, made 3 videos simply titled Why Mother's Basement is Wrong. And they weren't very good. They've since disowned these said videos, but I'm still going to cover only their first video, defending Yui. Why just that video? Because their later videos were over an hour long and I really don't have the patience for them. You'll understand later. With all that said, let's get started!
Where's that damn 4th Chaos Emerald?
Hello YouTube, this is Melon Tart VA.
And this is Sakuya Amano.
And welcome to a new series we're starting known as Why Mother's Basement is Wrong!
And we are ready to lay a smackdown on a man.
Yeah, so like, essentially, everybody, both of us are actually massive SAO fans, and so essentially, we're ready to absolutely defend the show we love.
Yep.
And
Let's get this party started.
all right, here we go. I'm starting the video. 3, 2, 1.
And already, this is a bad sign. Right out of the gate, I could tell neither of you have scripted this due to awkward pauses and Melon stumbling on her words. On top of that, all of this was recorded off of Discord with the share screen feature on. This is a bad idea for 2 reasons. For one, Melon's voice can be heard echoing on Sakuya's end. And second...
Sword Art Online is ass. OP to ED and everything in between. The whole thing stinks and I hate it.
The frames of the video's visuals they're trying to show are skipping horribly, and it's very distracting. While it is nice that you can stream whatever's on your computer on Discord, it's not perfect. What you could have done to solve this issue is to use Watch Together. That way you won't have to worry about the visual skipping too badly.
Sword Art Online is ass. OP to ED and everything in between. The whole thing stinks and I hate it. But I didn't always. As a matter of fact, when the series first...
Fund your crusade against SAO, Jeff? How about no and fuck you?
Hey, now that's incredibly rude. Here, let's actually listen to what MB said.
Sword Art Online is ass. OP to ED and everything in between. The whole thing stinks and I hate it. But I didn't always.
Now that we actually heard what he said, don't you see why that was a bad idea to cut in this early into his statement and assume shit? You didn't even let him start his explanation on his feelings with SAO and just shouted fuck you like a bratty child because how dare he dislike something that you like? Look, I get it. You two really enjoyed the anime and I get that you want to defend it. Hell, I love Majora's Mask, but you don't see me shouting at someone for disliking it. Why? Because it's disrespectful and childish.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm sorry, I saw that annotation, and so I absolutely had to respond to it. Anyway, let's focus on the video.
Wait, what annotation? I didn't see shit because of the skipping frames I mentioned earlier. Let me see the original video. Ah, there it is, and it's for his Patreon. Oh, and you want to know something else I found? That video is about 4 years old. Now, Covering an old video isn't relatively a bad idea, but I have a few questions. Does MB still stand by everything he said in this video? And even if he has disowned it, is it really worth covering? These are the kinds of questions you should be asking yourself when covering old videos like this.
Yeah.
Started airing, I thought, this is okay. I mean, I've seen better, but I've seen worse too. I'll see where this goes. Somewhere between that and this, though, that stopped being my response to the show. At a certain point, I could no longer form words and was mostly just vomiting blood for the duration of each episode. And I'm not alone in that. Pretty much everyone over the age of 12 agrees that this show sucks. What?
Excuse me, Jeff. I happen to be 30, and I love this show.
I'm 28 years old, and I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure most of the community of SAO fans are adults.
He said, over the age of 12. Keyword, over. As in, of course he was talking about those who are obviously older than 12. There's no point in bringing up your ages. On top of that, pretty much everyone agrees is most likely a hyperbole, and wasn't saying that every single person agreed that the show's bad. Now, kindly pay closer attention to what he's saying, and once again, not assume because it's already making asses out of you.
I mean, I get that that's a figure of speech, but still.
But yeah, seriously. And unfortunately, guys, Mother's Basement has a bad habit of overgeneralizing when it comes to these hate boner rants he has against SAO. Would you say that's true, Sakuya?
Yeah, and it's like, I get it. SAO does have some pretty glaring flaws, but at the same time...
Anyway, shall we continue?
And also just a little rant on the title, how it became the worst anime ever. Obviously, this man has never seen School Days.
Yeah, so shall we continue?
Yeah.
See, this is why you guys need a fucking script, cause yikes! The fact that Sakuya was failing to finish the statement they were going to make and immediately saying something else entirely different makes this video already a chore to sit through. If you guys insist on making more of these kinds of videos, please invest in a script or at least have notes to help organize your thoughts. Hell, even edit out the awkward pauses and make these stuttering less apparent. You guys have the ability to do any of these. 3 minutes in, and already I want to bash my head against the wall.
Oh, please don't.
And why not?
Because I don't want to fix your walls.
What they don't agree on is when it started sucking. When did Sword Art Online get terrible?
Never. It never got
While
terrible.
Well, while it had a few bad arcs, it was
Fairy
never full-on
Dance.
terrible. Looking at you, Fairy Dance.
Anyway.
Just because you guys believe that the show doesn't suck, for the most part, doesn't invalidate MB's statements. You are literally arguing subjectivity with subjectivity. That doesn't work. Oh, Hylia, help me.
Where's that damn fourth Chaos Emerald?
Others would point to the gratuitous tentacle rape scene.
Jeff! Yes, there was blomping and there was implied that the guy wanted to rape Asuna, but there isn't actually tentacle rape.
No.
Like, seriously. Your footage contradicts you.
Jeff, I think somebody's watched too much hentai.
Yeah.
Oh gee, if only I could see the footage you are talking about properly to see if it really was contradicting MB's point.
Others would point to the gratuitous tentacle rape scene.
Yeah, no. As an outsider, that does look exactly what he was saying. And your paused image of the original video really does not help your argument.
Hey, Melon. If you didn't like the video, then why did you give it a thumbs up? That's a bit strange.
And boy gee whiz, there sure is an excessive amount of sexual assault in this show. Then there's the I told you so camp.
Oh, look who it is.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's continue onwards. I do apologize for that. For that minor nitpick.
Wait, what? What nitpick? What just happened? Did you just... You nearly skipped 1 minute into the video without much of a warning or any sort of context at all!
They they did say they were missing footage.
Yeah, granted, they did post a disclaimer regarding that, but that still does not change the fact that some of the context has gone missing, and we're now left in the dark because of that. What they could have done is to post a quick summary of what that missing context was. That way we're able to still follow along without too much confusion. But as it stands, this is a very bad sign, because if this is the reason why this video is about 20 minutes long, this is really gonna hurt, isn't it?
A great job of establishing that. And while it didn't break any new ground in terms of character writing, it had some good standalone episode plots, like the one where all Kirito's friends got murdered, and the whole murder mystery thing where they're trying to figure out how somebody was breaking the rules of the game.
Oh, you mean CSI
Breaking the
Warcraft?
And effectively, they weren't really breaking the rules of the game as much as they were trying to figure out why the hell it looked like a person died in the game or in a safe zone.
Yeah, so like, granted, from an outsider's view, it could look like someone was breaking the rules of the game, but in reality, once you know the answer to the mystery, you can't really say that.
And just the core mechanics of the game's world.
Yeah. Anyway?
Except Mother's Basement is technically right. Like, okay, I get it. That floor of the murder mystery had a glitch. That's not part of the core mechanics. That's the glitch that wasn't supposed to be, and of course they abused it so that it looked like somebody was dying. It's the murder mystery. But just because you can say it's not because you figured it out and it's no longer a murder mystery doesn't change the fact that it still is a murder mystery episode.
And actually, those were the only really interesting episodes.
Jeff, the entire episode with like
Elizabeth.
Elizabeth?
Yeah, the one with Lisbeth, the one where Kirito unlocked Kirito first showed the dual wielding skill.
Yeah, there were some really great episodes.
The one where the one where Kirito was helping Silica get that flower to help her revive Pina.
Yeah, the Numa flower.
Place star Numa, yeah.
You just had to do that, didn't you?
Come on, come on.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay.
Again, arguing with subjectivity doesn't invalidate anything he's saying. Please stop.
You know me.
Yep.
Lots of okay shows have had less. The main thing that the show had going for it early on was that underlying sense of dread. It felt like something where nobody, except for this one guy, was ever really safe. Nobody important died after the first few episodes, but that was fine for a while. If the show was kill happy all the time, that would be a problem in itself.
Jeff, I'd like to introduce you to this show that Sakia likes. It's called Berserk.
Yeah.
Or Attack on Titan.
Or Corpse Party.
Yeah, so like
or another.
Or also Danganronpa the animation. But still, there are lots of kill happy anime out there. What are you talking about?
The ones are actually genuinely good.
Yeah. Anyway.
The main thing that the show had going for it early on was that underlying sense of dread. It felt like something where nobody, except for this one guy, was ever really safe. Nobody important died after the first few episodes, but that was fine for a while. If the show was kill happy all the time, that would be a problem in itself. You've got to pace these things. It's hard to get attached when characters are going in and out through a revolving door.
Melon, could you stop cutting in while MB is still making his point? Would greatly appreciate it.
You've got to pace these things. It's hard to get attached when characters are going in and out through a revolving door.
Again, Danganronpa the animation.
Corpse Party.
Berserk. Again.
Another.
All those examples of kill happy anime you've brought up, only at least one of the anime you've listed off wasn't exactly kill happy. Berserk, while there are plenty of character deaths, doesn't share the same issues that Attack on Titan has. In Berserk, you are given plenty of time to get to know Guts' relationship with the Band of the Hawk before Griffith's eventual betrayal. Just because there are lots of deaths present in the anime doesn't mean it's kill happy. Also, if you, once again, actually paid attention to what he's really saying, then you'll realize that all those examples you brought up were actually pointless. Because him explaining that if SAO was kill happy with its characters, that would be a problem since you wouldn't be able to get attached to the characters properly with very little time they were given until their demise. Side note, the fact you two listed the anime adaptation of Danganronpa as kill happy just gave me all the more reasons why I say it sucks to begin with, and why the video game is superior because it actually cares about your character.
He used Full Metal Alchemist to get his point across about how, when a character dies, it allows the writers to not be able to use that character to move the other characters forward. The reason why he said it in that manner was that they literally cannot use them physically for them to actually work upon other characters. Other characters has to work upon their deaths. That's not an active working. It's a passive working. There's a difference. It hurts the other characters and, don't get me wrong, it actually helps move certain things forward. Still, you can no longer use the character to move others forward in the same regards as they have to move forward with the realization that that character is dead. And if we're going to talk about so kill happy, Attack on Titan is a perfect example of kill happy because we had very little time from the introductions to the shit ton of characters to their demise. Berserk, on the other hand, doesn't have that same issue. We actually learn the majority of the cast from the clan before they get canned. When you kill a character, that character's death is supposed to mean something to the other characters who have seen or witnessed or heard about their best friend or somebody who they know and hold dear to their hearts has died. When they come back to life, for whatever reason, you risk the biggest chance of removing the impact that death had. You risk having that emotional weight that was upon those characters to be removed or lessened because there is a method or a way to bring back the characters again. Dragon Ball Z is a perfect example of how death is meaningless.
You sure you didn't want to co-op with me, 34?
I am here to fix your channel that I busted open, not to co-op.
Still, by episode 10, there had been enough near misses that it seemed like Kirito and his harem might be a little too...
What harem? There was no harem establishment yet.
Again, it's like, a harem, as another, actually, SAO,
I'm sorry, Sakuya, what?
more Kirito like a big brother.
Another reason why making a live stream recording off of Discord wasn't a good idea. The internet connection. If either of you were experiencing connection issues, your audio will get cut off and even skip quite a bit. Unless you have a strong connection, I would not do this again.
Where's that damn fourth Chaos Emerald?
Okay, Sakuya, so you were gonna say something?
Yeah, it's like Jeff. Seriously, what? It's like it feels like your whole hate boner of SAO is literally just hate for the sake of hate.
Yeah. Okay, let's keep going.
Yay. More footage that went missing and no proper context. My favorite. Now, anyone could hate something for various reasons. It could be logical, and unfortunately, illogical. And so far from MB's original video, he had good reasons why he didn't like the show.
And remember, as of this episode, that's the only interesting thing about SAO.
Wrong! Wrong!
Only?
The only
thing?
interesting thing?
It's obvious you weren't paying attention when you watched this.
Jeff, buddy, there's a little thing known as character investment.
And I mean, hey, if you don't like any of the characters, that's fine. You don't have to.
Yeah, but at the same time, the characters are what drive the show, so really, why are you still watching if you're not invested in the characters?
Exactly. It's like you didn't have to keep watching the show if you hate it.
Exactly. This
I mean, you're literally talking as if you rage quit the show. Rage quitting means putting it down and never going back to it.
Yeah, but Jeff keeps going back to it because he knows these hate videos are the only things that get him views.
He's a fucking anime reviewer! Oh my Hylia! It's his fucking job! That if you don't like it, don't watch it argument really doesn't fucking work here, as he needs to watch the damn fucking thing in order to give it a proper review. Once again, stop treating this 4-year-old video as a representation of his current work, cause you guys are being disrespectful and dishonest as all hell. You know what? I don't think I can do this anymore. I'm pulling the plug here. Time for my final thoughts. This video was painful for me to sit through without having my blood boil. It's kind of the big reason why I kept putting off this commentary. Throughout this entire video, you guys were being toxic as all hell. Actually, no. Sakya was kind of the yes person during the whole thing. Between the two of them, Melon was more toxic, and that really upset me. Melon, this was not okay. Constantly cutting in while MB was still talking, assuming the worst out of him, and even downright slandering him. All of that was disgusting. And I'll be honest, I originally wasn't planning on covering your video. No. Before your video was brought to my attention, I was going to cover an old commentary I've made back in 2011. Who needs logic? Almost all the issues I found in your video were very much present within mine. From making assumptions to acting like a condescending toxic bitch to the target. It's the very reason why I titled this commentary the way it is. And this really disheartens me. With all that said though, I was happy to see that you two did apologize for your behaviors in those 3 videos. However, I still want to highlight the issues I had with them as a cautionary tale of what not to do when you want to defend something you like. For all your videos, please be sure you write your thoughts down and edit out as much stuttering as you can. It'll help you a lot, and please don't do this shit again. Now, to everyone who's watching, regardless of everything I said, I want to stress my disclaimer I made in the beginning. Do not go and harass Melon Tart. Despite personal issues I may have with her, she does not deserve harassment of any kind. She's making pretty bad mistakes, sure, but we should be a better example by learning from our mistakes and moving forward. As a friend of mine once said, we bring up the past to correct ourselves for the future, no matter how late or how recent. That's all that has to be said. Hope you all take care. Whoa! Okay, that kind of startled me.
Alright, you should be all set. I even set up a transporter where you can go to whatever environment you want at any time. You can figure the rest out yourself.
Thanks, 34. You're a real... Wait. Why am I in my orbiter? How do I... And you're gone. Great. Now, how do I get back to my 4?
Open.
Ah!